Most adults over 60 experience subtle memory slips from time to time. Misplacing keys, forgetting names, losing a train of thought mid-sentence. These moments often feel harmless, even expected. But what if they are not just aging quirks, but early signs of cognitive decline quietly setting in? As science now shows, the brain begins changing long before symptoms like confusion or forgetfulness become noticeable. The earlier we act, the more powerful the protection. And one of the most overlooked tools for that protection might already be in your pantry: omega-3 snacks. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, geriatrician with 15 years of experience. At Wellness 60 to 100, we help older adults take control of their brain health before real problems begin. In today's video, we're revealing how consistent, daily intake of omega-3 rich snacks can strengthen aging brains and slow down early cognitive impairment symptoms. Forget pills and complicated regimens. These everyday foods work in real time to reduce brain inflammation, support memory circuits, and restore clarity. You will learn the science behind omega-3's brain-shielding power, the hidden danger of deficiency, the best snack options you can grab today, and exactly how to use them for maximum absorption. If you care about healthy aging and want to stay sharp, calm, and confident as the years go on, this video is for you. Let's begin with the real reason cognitive symptoms show up in seniors and how we can stop them from progressing. Cognitive decline rarely begins with dramatic symptoms. For most adults over 60, the process is subtle and often dismissed as normal aging. You forget where you put your glasses. You struggle to recall a familiar name. You read a paragraph and immediately lose track of its meaning. These early lapses may not seem serious, but they often mark the beginning of neurological changes that should not be ignored. Inside the brain, the structure and function of neurons begin to shift. Blood flow slows. Inflammation builds. Communication between nerve cells becomes less efficient. These changes do not happen overnight. They accumulate quietly over time, and by the time significant memory loss is obvious, the underlying damage has often been progressing for years. The hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning, is particularly vulnerable. Research shows that shrinkage in this region begins in the early 60s in many individuals, especially those with poor dietary habits, chronic stress, and limited physical activity. Nutritional deficiencies also play a major role. Omega-3 fatty acids, for example, are essential for maintaining cell membrane integrity and reducing inflammation. When levels drop, neurons become fragile and less responsive. Without proper support, the brain becomes more prone to fatigue, confusion, and eventually long-term decline. These are not issues that appear suddenly. They unfold quietly, like a slow dimming of the lights. That is why prevention must begin before symptoms become severe. By recognizing the early signals and acting early, it is possible to protect brain function and maintain clarity well into later life. What you eat, especially in the form of targeted brain-boosting snacks, can directly influence how your brain ages. A consistent intake of the right nutrients gives your neurons the energy and stability they need to perform at their best. In the next section, we will explore exactly how omega-3 fatty acids work inside the brain and why they are uniquely positioned to protect against early cognitive impairment. Understanding this can help you make simple yet powerful choices that support your long-term brain health every single day. Omega-3 fatty acids are not just heart-healthy fats. They are also vital for the structure and performance of the human brain. Among the different types of omega-3s, two stand out for their direct impact on cognitive health: EPA and DHA. These long-chain fatty acids are critical for maintaining the integrity of brain cell membranes. Think of each neuron in your brain as a tiny electrical wire. For it to fire properly and send signals efficiently, the outer membrane must be fluid, stable, and responsive. DHA helps create that stability. It keeps cell walls flexible and allows communication between brain cells to flow smoothly. Without enough DHA, that communication slows down. You may begin to feel mentally sluggish, forgetful, or even anxious. EPA, on the other hand, helps regulate inflammation in the brain. Chronic inflammation is now widely considered a core driver of early cognitive decline. It interferes with memory circuits and contributes to damage in areas responsible for learning and emotional balance. By reducing this inflammation, EPA protects against gradual neurological breakdown. Multiple studies have shown that people with higher blood levels of omega-3s perform better on memory tests and experience fewer mood disturbances. In older adults, especially those over 60, this protection becomes even more important. As we age, the natural levels of omega-3s in the brain begin to fall. This decline can weaken memory formation, increase reaction time, and heighten the risk of depression or brain fog. Supplementing with omega-3s through food can reverse some of these effects. In fact, research indicates that dietary sources are often more effective than capsules because they are better absorbed when combined with real food. Foods rich in EPA and DHA provide fuel for both the structural and chemical needs of the brain. They restore the flexibility of neurons, improve blood flow, and support the production of neurotransmitters that regulate focus, mood, and sleep. When consumed consistently, these fatty acids act as a shield against age-related decline. They give your brain the tools it needs to function clearly and adapt to stress. In the next section, we will look at what happens when omega-3 levels are too low and the warning signs every adult over 60 should recognize before it is too late. Omega-3 deficiency is far more common in older adults than many realize, and its effects on the brain are often mistaken for ordinary aging. Yet behind symptoms like frequent forgetfulness, slow thinking, emotional swings, and even sleep disruption, there is often a lack of essential fatty acids quietly eroding brain function. As the body ages, its ability to absorb and convert plant-based omega-3s into usable DHA and EPA declines. At the same time, many seniors reduce their intake of oily fish, nuts, or seeds due to changes in appetite, dental issues, or digestive sensitivity. The result is a gradual depletion of the brain's most protective nutrients. One of the first warning signs of omega-3 deficiency is mental fatigue. Tasks that once felt simple now seem to take more effort. Conversations become harder to follow. Decision-making feels slower. These symptoms are early indicators that neurons are not communicating as efficiently as they should. Over time, the brain may also become more vulnerable to inflammation. Without omega-3s to control inflammatory pathways, cytokines can build up, interfering with synaptic function. This can lead to brain fog, irritability, or even depressive tendencies. In some cases, it may contribute to more serious cognitive problems such as mild cognitive impairment. Scientific studies consistently link low omega-3 levels with poorer memory performance in older adults. In brain scans, those with deficiencies show reduced volume in areas like the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, both of which are vital for learning and executive function. Omega-3s are not optional nutrients. They are foundational building blocks of brain resilience. Deficiency not only affects how clearly you think today, but how well your brain can defend itself against future decline. The tragedy is that these issues often go unnoticed until they become disruptive. But with the right foods, this trend can be reversed. Increasing daily omega-3 intake through targeted snacks is one of the simplest and most effective ways to restore balance. In the next section, we will explore 5 powerful omega-3 rich snacks that are easy to include in your daily routine and specifically chosen to support memory, mood, and focus in older adults. The beauty of brain-supportive nutrition is that it can fit seamlessly into everyday life. You do not need elaborate meals. You need practical snacks that deliver consistent doses of EPA and DHA. The first option is a small portion of canned sardines packed in olive oil. Just 2 ounces provide more than 400 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA, enough to cover a significant share of your daily requirement. Spread the sardines on whole grain crackers or mix them with diced tomatoes for a quick mid-morning boost. The second snack is a tablespoon of ground flax seeds stirred into oatmeal or yogurt. While flax provides the plant form ALA, seniors absorb it better when the seed is ground, and studies show that regular ALA intake still improves overall omega-3 status. Option 3 is a handful of raw walnuts, about 7 halves, eaten in the afternoon. Walnuts offer both ALA and antioxidant polyphenol, creating a double defense against oxidative stress in the brain. For a portable choice, consider option 4, roasted seaweed sheets seasoned with sesame oil. Though small, they contain marine-based omega-3s and iodine, supporting thyroid health, which influences cognitive energy. Keep a packet in a purse or glove compartment so you always have access to a brain-friendly crunch instead of sugary treats. The fifth snack combines convenience and potency, a single-serve pouch of wild salmon. Tear it open, add a squeeze of lemon, and eat it straight or spoon it over sliced cucumber. Each pouch delivers nearly 1 gram of DHA and EPA, making it ideal for travel or busy days. Integrating these snacks is simple. Place sardines or salmon in the pantry next to your preferred crackers. Store walnuts and seaweed on the counter within easy reach, and keep a small jar of ground flax near your breakfast station. By positioning nutrient-dense items where you naturally look for snacks, you remove friction and increase the likelihood of daily use. Consistency matters more than quantity on any one day. Even modest portions, when consumed regularly, rebuild cellular membranes, lower brain inflammation, and enhance neurotransmitter efficiency. In the next part, we will discuss optimal timing and absorption strategies so these snacks deliver maximum cognitive protection without disrupting your normal eating pattern. When it comes to brain nutrition, timing can amplify the benefits of every bite. Your body absorbs and utilizes omega-3 fatty acids more effectively when they are paired with natural rhythms of digestion, hormone release, and daily energy cycles. Begin the day within 1 hour of waking by adding ground flaxseed to warm oatmeal or plain yogurt. Morning cortisol naturally raises blood sugar, and pairing flax with complex carbohydrates stabilizes that rise, reducing mid-morning crashes while delivering ALA steadily to the liver for conversion into DHA. Around mid-morning, usually between 10 and 11, eat a small serving of walnuts. This is when attention often dips and inflammation markers briefly rise. Walnuts supply quick plant omega-3s plus polyphenol that act as antioxidants, helping maintain focus as you transition into midday tasks. Lunch is the best window for marine omega-3s. Open a pouch of wild salmon or a tin of sardines and combine with whole grain crackers or salad greens. Consuming EPA and DHA alongside fiber and moderate carbohydrates improves their incorporation into cell membranes and keeps you full longer, limiting afternoon snack cravings that can spike insulin. In late afternoon, roughly 3 to 4, enjoy a pack of roasted seaweed sheets. The iodine supports thyroid activity just as energy wanes, and the small dose of marine omega-3 refreshes neural signaling without ruining appetite for dinner. For those who struggle with sleep, a second sprinkle of ground flaxseed or a teaspoon of chia seeds in a cup of unsweetened almond milk about 2 hours before bed can be helpful. The slow-release ALA combined with magnesium in the seeds calms the nervous system and supports melatonin production. To optimize absorption of every omega-3 snack, always pair the food with a healthy fat source or consume it within a balanced meal that contains some fat. Olive oil, avocado, or even the natural oils in fish accomplish this. Avoid drinking strong tea or coffee within 30 minutes of eating omega-3 snacks because tannins can hinder fat digestion. Finally, consistency is key. Distribute these snacks across the week, repeating each option at least 3 times. A predictable intake trains the body to maintain stable omega-3 levels, resulting in continuous support for memory, mood, and cognitive resilience rather than temporary spikes. In our final section, we will examine how combining omega-3s with other nutrients creates a synergistic shield for aging brains. While omega-3s are powerful on their own, their full potential is unlocked when paired with other brain-supportive nutrients. This combination creates a synergistic effect, meaning the benefits are greater when these nutrients work together than when taken separately. One of the most important pairings is omega-3s with B vitamins, especially B6, B12, and folate. These vitamins help regulate homocysteine, an amino acid that can damage brain cells when elevated. Omega-3s reduce inflammation while B vitamins support the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Together they stabilize mood and enhance mental clarity. Another essential combination is omega-3s with vitamin E. As a fat-soluble antioxidant, vitamin E protects omega-3s from oxidizing once they enter the body. This means more of the omega-3s remain active and beneficial. Almonds, sunflower seeds, and avocado are excellent sources of vitamin E that can be eaten alongside omega-3 rich snacks. Magnesium is also a key partner in cognitive health. It helps regulate nerve impulses, supports sleep quality, and relaxes blood vessels to improve circulation to the brain. Consuming chia seeds, dark leafy greens, or a small square of dark chocolate in the evening complements omega-3s by calming the nervous system and reducing cortisol. For even stronger brain protection, include polyphenol-rich fruits like blueberries, pomegranate, or grapes. These antioxidants reduce oxidative stress and enhance the flexibility of blood vessels, allowing nutrients to reach brain tissues more efficiently. A yogurt parfait with walnuts, chia seeds, and berries combines multiple brain protective compounds in a single serving. Timing also plays a role in synergy. For example, pairing omega-3s and B vitamins at breakfast or lunch supports daytime focus, while magnesium and antioxidants in the evening support recovery and neuroplasticity during sleep. The more consistent these combinations become, the more resilient your brain becomes over time. For older adults, this approach does not require complicated routines or expensive supplements. It simply means building meals and snacks that naturally bring these nutrients together. By doing so, you provide your brain with a steady stream of fuel and protection throughout the day. In our closing section, we will explain what can happen if these nutrients are ignored and offer expert advice on how to make this brain-boosting approach a simple and sustainable part of daily life. Failing to prioritize brain nutrition after 60 often leads to consequences that appear gradually but become harder to reverse over time. At first, it may feel like simple forgetfulness or slower thinking. But beneath these symptoms, the brain is struggling to stay balanced without the support of key nutrients like omega-3s, B vitamins, vitamin E, and antioxidants. Chronic low intake weakens the integrity of neural membranes, impairs neurotransmitter production, and allows inflammation to build. As a result, mental fog, poor focus, low mood, and eventually early cognitive impairment can set in. These changes do not happen all at once, but they do accelerate if nothing is done. The good news is that the brain remains highly adaptable even in later years. As a geriatrician with 15 years of experience, I have seen remarkable results from patients who simply committed to consistent small changes. You do not need complex treatments. What you need is regular fuel. I recommend incorporating omega-3 rich snacks like walnuts, sardines, ground flax, chia seeds, and wild salmon into your daily or weekly routine. Pair these with vitamin E from nuts or avocado, B vitamins from leafy greens, and antioxidants from colorful fruits. The combination creates a strong foundation for better memory, clearer thinking, and calmer mood. If you are ready to take a proactive role in preserving your mental clarity, start today. Choose one brain-friendly snack and commit to it for the next week. Track how you feel and notice the difference in energy, focus, and sleep. Then build from there. Healthy aging does not have to be overwhelming. It can begin with one simple habit repeated consistently. If this video has helped you, please give it a like and share it with someone you care about. You might help them avoid years of silent decline. Subscribe to Wellness 60 to 100 for more expert-backed nutrition tips tailored to support your brain, body, and independence as you age. Your next decade of life can be your sharpest yet if you start feeding your brain the way it deserves.